We're real life sisters, Kay and Shi, and we real life want to be your sisters too. Welcome to the family. No takesies backsies. Now let's get on with the Kay and Shi Show. Okay, fam, we're back at it again with things that we don't do. And we're really excited for today's episode because this has been a real game changer. And it was kind of a random thing that we didn't really intend on doing that just happened. And this thing that we don't do is eating meat.
That's right. We're both vegetarian, so we still engage in dairy and eggs, but we do not eat animal flesh, as they like to say. We don't eat meat at all. And this decision for us came together towards the end of 2019. So if you tuned into the last installment, you know that was the year that we gave up alcohol. By the end of that year, it's not like we were looking around ready to give up the next thing. It was just sort of this next progression of we both had been encountering materials that were talking about how good it is for the environment, encountering materials that were talking about how terrible eating meat can be for your own personal body and your health, and really wanted to start exploring this, which is actually a passion for mine, Sister Shyla here, from back when I was a kid. I was inspired by Lisa Simpson, who goes vegetarian on The Simpsons, and did a long time ago. And I was around, I think I was 10 when I first gave up red meat. I was around 14 when I gave up red meat totally and was vegetarian until about the age of 20. So was glad to get back to these roots here, but we felt so good when we gave up eating meat.
Truly, it wasn't like we've said, something too that wasn't intentional and on this day we're going to give it up. But I think it was about 3 weeks prior to Thanksgiving of 2019. And we had just finished out about a month prior reading through the book, The Untethered Soul, which if you're a listener here, you likely heard about that in our book club episode from last week. And as we finished that book, there was just this sense, for at least for me personally, of this oneness with life and the unity of things that were alive, and it kind of had this, like, I couldn't, for me, separate me and the meat that was on the plate. And now our mom has been vegan for many, many years, and we're very proud of her for helping to crusade in this way for our family. But it was the first time that it clicked, at least for me. And we were a couple weeks into it. I was a couple weeks into it, and I said to Shi, I haven't eaten meat in a couple of weeks. And Shi, you were like, me neither.
Right? I like, weird. Me either. I haven't. And then we said, well, maybe that's the thing we give up for next year. But neither one of us even touched meat, really. I actually had 3 bites of chicken at the John Maxwell Christmas party in 2019. That is the last meat that went into my body. But other than that, you and I hadn't even touched meat. So by the time we got to January 1st, we were looking at, 4, 6, almost 8 weeks at that point. And we just felt so good with it. It really felt like an easy life adjustment to make.
Now, Shyla mentioned it earlier, but it really is the number one thing that you can do for the environment. So even if you're not ready to give up meat wholeheartedly, maybe trying to just lessen the amount of meat that you intake in your diet as respect for our Mother Earth, because we need fast action in order to help curb some of the horrible things that are happening to our planet so that we can keep living here for as long as possible.
Yeah, join Kay and I in not eating meat. And actually, you'll join the 3 Morris children as well. All do not partake in eating meat. They choose to be vegetarian on their own. And Chad only eats about 5 ounces of turkey a day on a sandwich. He has his ritual, is what it is. But we would love for you to try it out too. And we think you'll notice a difference, just like we did, in feeling lighter, feeling better, and definitely feeling more connected and grounded.
Tomorrow, we're going to talk about another thing that we don't do, which is wasting time. And we look forward to talking a little bit about how we maximize the hours in our day in order to not waste the precious time we're given.